everybody! Thank you for being here for this new video! I'm low-key wanting to shame myself for taking so long to edit this, but well, we're not here for complaining, are we? No, we're not. Good job, Ivna. So I have this sticker sheet with planters on my shop. It's one of my favorites, and I wanted to grab my favorite planters in my favorite sticker sheet and make a sticker pack with them. It's funny because it's been some time now that I've created the sheet and the pack, and now I'm like, I'm tired of them. But I figured it'd still be fun to make a video about it, and well, here we go. First off, I'm redrawing them because I believe I drew them first on Photoshop, and now I'm playing more in Procreate, and I got new brushes for Procreate and new textures that I wanted to play with. So I'm kind of updating them to my new style of painting, let's say it like that. Even though it's kind of the same style, like very color pencil, very dry media texture, but still it's slightly different. And to my eyes, it makes a difference. So, yeah. Some people have asked me, why don't I just go over it with a big brush and cover the whole area all at once? But it's because we won't get the texture of the colored pencil, well, mimicking somehow, if we just go over it once, because we need to have those little spaces between the brush strokes. Is it a brush stroke when we color it with pencil? A pencil stroke? Okay, between the pencil strokes, and to have the little variations and things that we can only do by manually doing every stroke. After I'm done coloring, I'll put a slight occlusion shadow, or for example in these leaves, I try to alternate one of them in shadow and one in light. It's not technically correct because, well, doesn't make much sense, but it's just visually more pleasing to me, so I tend to do it like that. There's a lot of changing. Usually I put a color for the shadow, usually slightly bluish, and then it's very warm blue, but then I end up changing it and I never know what I end up with, but it's usually a warm blue tint. Usually I go to the hue saturation option to change everything up there on Procreate, to change the whole layer, and I play around with the saturation and the hue on the shadows after I already put them there. And sometimes I play with the darkness as well, and you're gonna see in the next few little planters how I change it. So yeah, it's kind of a long process to paint just tiny small things, but at the same time, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be very like impatient and be like, why do I have to do it like this? Why can't I just go over it? And I used to go over it with a pencil brush that has a texture still, but it's a bit bigger. But to be honest, they're different textures, they're different things, and I would still do it if it's too big, because it's just too much for my tiny hand and I don't want to get carpal tunnel inflammations and things like that. So I will do it, but to be honest, I love this texture. Like, there is nothing like it, and it's one of the things that you can only get with a lot of work. So yeah. I think I'm getting into a phase that I'm tired with the digital work because I've been working digitally for so long. So that usually means that I'll go back to traditional for a bit, and then I'll miss digital, and then forever it's a cycle. But that's because both of them have such pros and cons, and it's hard to keep doing just one all the time, because then you get tired of the digital textures as well. Even though there are so many brushes and so many different kind of things that you can do, still nothing gets close to what painting with brushes actually is, and seeing the paint and the three-dimensional dimension forming up as you paint. Okay, once I'm done, I'll move everything over to Photoshop just because it's a little bit easier to move things around and to do technical stuff. I showed this step in details in some other videos, but I'm basically just creating a smart object and then double click on the layer options and then go to stroke, and I create, I think, 25 picture stroke, 25 or 30. And then sometimes they're gonna create artifacts, as you saw. So I'm basically going in the layers and seeing where that little dot is. Sometimes it's a texture, like it's part of the brush that was kind of white and I didn't really see it, but when we create the stroke, it builds the stroke around that texture as well. So I have to go there and erase it. Also putting some extra white on little spaces on the leaves that happen sometimes. So after that's done, I will place them in the actual sticker sheet that's gonna get cut by Cricut and print. Here is a little header that I'm creating to go on top of the pack. Then I'll print, cut, and fold them so they're ready when the stickers come out. I'm gonna interrupt your normal art schedule so we can both appreciate this leaf and her friends and these colors. Here's me for scale. I was doing the good old stepping on crunchy leaves, then I found this man. Then I got really jealous and I wanted the same shot. I guess he wouldn't do it with no backlash. I sincerely have no idea why I'm narrating this, but it's just so good. It feels like straight out of a movie.
There is some weird looking fish there.
Well, when I cut it like this from the landscape to my iPad screen, I've never found the iPad so ugly. Anyways, here is some more drawing. This is a chill drawing of a cute girl in a cute outfit. Like we all like it. So I just wanted to quickly show you one of the drawings that I made without using the same technique as before. The brush that I used to cover the big areas, it's a lot bigger, and both are still colored pencils, but this one covers a lot more since it can go really big. It goes a lot faster, but it doesn't leave the same texture, even though both are still colored pencils. I grabbed my iPad, and as I was going through the whole what should I draw quest, I thought about my last video, and if you watched it, you know that I talked about drawing for fun, drawing things that you like, and drawing just generic random things, and how it could change the whole perspective on drawing. how when you're drawing something that you love and drawing something that catches your eyes and catches your attention and makes you feel something good can change your game and can make you want to go back to drawing. Whether when you're drawing just random generic things, like for example coming from a prompt, like a prompt generator, or I don't know, somebody tells you to draw something, it doesn't feel the same, because if you don't take the time to find the things that actually make you want to draw, it can feel a little bit like just a chore. I don't mean to say it that we can never draw things like simple and plain as they are. I just mean that it could be so much fun if you explore the thing and make it like go beyond it, make it you. For example, in this little cat plant vase, I could have chosen my favorite plant or a little flower. Or if you have a cat, you can paint the fur like your own cat. I don't have a cat, but oh, that's just sad now. Okay, for the shirt, I could have painted a different print, or made the sleeves a little longer, or changed the little belt on the shorts. This is just drawing, but I would have definitely changed the color on the sneakers, and it would definitely go with the shorts and the shirt. So there are so many ways that we can customize things. So it not only happens with making things your own, but also not copying straight from somebody else's picture or artwork or anything like that. And that's a whole other conversation about copying from somebody. Maybe we can talk about it in other videos, but that's definitely a long one. And a very, very easy way to go about it is our everyday Instagram scrolling. Like, we see a lot of things that we like we literally press the like button, but we don't do anything. Like, we just consume it and we just let it go. Like, we don't think about it anymore, because there are so many things that we keep liking all the time that we couldn't possibly get all of them, like, and make something out of all of them. So what I'll do is, when I see something that catches my eye and I'm like, maybe I want to draw this, or maybe I want to use it in my next illustration somehow. Or maybe I'll have fun drawing it just for the sake of drawing it, but it feels nice, it feels good. So I'll create a little folder, like my saved folders, and there is one that's just like things to draw. And they're not like usual girls or poses or gestures. They're basically objects or random things that I would still like to practice, and I would enjoy my time doing them. And it sounds very simple and very obvious, but even me myself, like, I have so many folders. Okay, not that many. I think I have like 3. But one of them is just full of like poses and gestures and cool people that are really fancy and, I don't know, cool outfits and things like that. But it just gets so overwhelming, because I know whenever I go there, I have to draw them and I have to make it look pretty and beautiful and finished. And I would love to have another folder with just simple things that I can make a quick drawing and a quick drawing session and just practice for the sake of practicing, but without being too random. I think you get my point now. So I just wanted to tell you how I deal with it, because last video I kind of left you hanging on how to actually do something that will be productive without crying all the time. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be very happy to meet you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and well, I wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye!